Hi friends, welcome to Aisha DIY. This is a project we already did with memory wire some necklaces. So this is also going to be a necklace, but it's going to be multi-strand necklace. So we need memory wire cutters for this project. So you should grab that memory wire shears. You will otherwise spoil your wire cutters with if you cut memory wire with it. It's pretty strong wire, so you need special cutters for that. So this is a memory wire coil string. You get it like this. You can buy it from Amazon or BB Craft, Fire Mountain Gems, like various sources like that. You can buy it online or you can buy it from Michaels or everywhere. So this is one ring, so I'm just going to cut about little more than half of the ring. So this is about half, so I'm cutting about here just to be on the safer side. This is what I have. So that's all you need for to make a wire wrapped pendant. So we need the memory wire, some beads of your choice, any beads will work. It's a 24 gauge wire. Since I have a stainless steel memory wire and I'm matching it with my 24 gauge wire, you can choose any color you want. Whichever you have available will work for this project. So apart from that, here I have a variety of beads. I said it's a multi-strand and we will work in different parts to make it clear and easy. So here I have some roundel crystals, 6 by 4 millimeter, 6 by 4 millimeters the size. And I have some jade and ruby beads that I have. These are all gemstones for that matter. So this was in my soup pile, so I pulled all the pinks and purples. So this is a color combo I want to work with. I had one strong ruby color, as you can see this one, so I have kept that for making a pendant. And I have here some cat's eye, some crystal, and some pearl also. So for the pendant, first we will do is take this, and then you need your round nose pliers. I'm going to put it here because memory wire is pretty strong. I'm just going to put it in the middle and just kind of roll it away from me. I'm making a rather a big loop, not because it's I need it, but because I don't want to work with a thinner place. Otherwise the memory wire tends to kind of bend. So I have my loop ready. You can also string beads. This is how we made the other two necklaces in my channel, but you can also wire wrap them. So here I'm going to take my 24 gauge wire and I am going to measure about 12 inches of wire. It's better to have more than less. You can cut it and use it for different purposes. If it is less, it's hard to add the wire. For this cutting this wire, I used my regular wire cutters. So I'll move that away, and here we have, all I'm going to do is, you can also use 26 gauge for this purpose, but I prefer 24 gauge. So leave a short tail and just wrap this around the memory wire foam once, and then you can do this tail also. You can wrap it with the tail a couple of times, okay, just like that, and bring everything together, the coils. And once you have that, you can pick up your beads. You can arrange the pattern, whichever pattern you have. I just pull from the bead soup. You don't have to be use your bead soup or so. You can just pull out your beads in the way that you want to. You know, this one is a different bead, it's rose quartz, and there we go. I have these ones I can't use. This one is a little bit strong. there we go. So here is what mine is. So I can use this, or I don't have to use this. So we shall think about it later once we get to that point. Okay, there we go. We have enough beads. Now I shall start with I'm starting with the pink. I need to end with the pink. So I'm just going to start with the pink. Okay, bring that down to your work. So I want this to be on the outer part. You can do it on the top too, but I want it to the outer part. So I am holding it right above my memory wire, and I'm pinching both my memory wire and the bead with my fingers, and then I'm holding it there, and then I'm coming and wrapping twice. Just twice is enough. That puts the bead over there. Now we shall take the next purple bead and add it to our 24 gauge. Because it's 24 gauge, it's thick enough for you to put any gemstone bead you want. Once and twice, and then a pink bead. So just make sure it doesn't twist and turn like that. So this is how your work should be. Pinch it, grab the wire and wrap it around twice against the memory wire, and then now you're ready to pick up the next bead in your pile. As you can see, this is how it's looking. You can also graduate this with smaller beads in the side and bigger beads in the center. That also you can do, or you can do single color, multiple size, or you can do multiple colors, color of beads and shapes and sizes. Whatever you have available, you can use it for this project. I really like this project, the projects that require, not a particular set of beads. You can use a broader variety of beads. That way you don't have to buy anything to wait to make this project. You can use your available beads and kind of make it in a jiffy. Doesn't take a long time. So here we go. So I am concentrating on the first single strand that we are going to make with this memory wire focal pendant, and then we will go to the second layer of the necklace. So in the previous example that we made, the memory wire necklaces, we used kind of chain and then memory wire itself. So here we will use beading wire to make this is a pendant, so to make the necklace. So, and then layering is very, very, very in trend now. It's been a while since layering is here, but has not lost its trend. So layering necklaces are always in trend right now. That's what it looks like. So it's a great way to add texture and layer. With gemstone, crystals, multimedia is also a thing now, and then mixed metals, pearls. So you got all such trends right now. So if your wire is kinked like this, go ahead and take your nylon jaw pliers and straighten this a little bit so it's easier to work with. Then take the next bead, put it down, and then go twice. I'm wrapping it twice. That's enough to secure the bead, because these are all 4mm beads. So this one is plain jade and that one is a faceted one, the pink one. So there is a different texture in itself. That's all I'm saying. Oops. Add your bead, drop it down, pinch both with your fingers, wrap it twice, ready to add the next one. Here we go. These I bought from eBay a couple of years back, but nowadays eBay are very expensive, looks like. So here I go. I did wrap around 3 or 4 times because I need to make the loop as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the loop here. That much is enough. Then I'm just going to push this beads a little bit together. Okay, and now I will snip this off and then tuck the tail in. Just press it against. So here we have our focal component, and now we are ready to add the chain to this pendant. So what we can do is the next layer, I'm going to use these roundels as my next layer, and for this also I'm going to use this. So it will be a little bit of a contrast, but I really like the contrast. For this I have chosen the beading wire first. As you can see, I have here strung some beads. So what I do is normally for a project like this, I wouldn't go ahead and string everything together just by looking at the beads. So I pulled off some purple beads. I know I want some purple beads, so I pulled off a couple of purple beads in different colors. And so different shades of purple beads. Let me move this and show you guys what I have here. So these are the purple color beads that I chose to work with, and then it looks all nice and good, but when you come to the actual stringing, see, I have strung the dark ones, the light ones, these ones, and when you keep this thing, I just prefer either this or this. I don't prefer this metallic purple. When you keep it, and then you can see which one looks kind of good. I prefer this. This will make the focus on this, but this will make it, you know, kind of like that. So this is what it is. So I don't have a pink roundel in my stash, that's why I'm using the purple. The purple roundels are fine. The only thing I'm thinking about is this one or this one. So this one is a darker color version and it looks nice. This one definitely doesn't look nice. This one looks good, but the focal won't be on the pendant. This one looks way too pale, and it's going to be either this one or this one. Okay, that leaves these two. Okay, I need this roundel. You don't have to go with the exact color. You can go either color you want. So I'm just going to take this off. So I always do a sample to test which one looks good, and then I'll work from there. This one I thought matches this color very much, but it looks kind of pale. So as you can see, this matches this a lot. But with the roundel, maybe I think this color also is good. I am not able to decide even after making a sample. I'm still not able to decide on that. Okay, there we go. So now we need some crimp beads. So I shall go with this color because it really matches that a lot, so it's okay. Way too harder to pull the seed beads, so there is a tool for this, which is this small tray. It was some $4 or so on eBay that I bought. It's kind of very useful to pick up all the beads and put it in the box. So let's go ahead. Let me just move this a little bit. It's hitting my hands. And I want to do the pendant as well, but let's just focus on this first. So yeah, this is the front, and I have here some 7-strand beading wire, 0.45 millimeter thickness. So I'm just going to go ahead and keep the seed beads in the container. I'm going to use this as a needle, and if you just go like this, it will automatically load the beads into the beading wire. The beading wire acts as a needle. You don't need a needle for this. So I am having 7 beads against one roundel. That's what I'm going to go ahead and do it. See, when I put the thing like this, it looked the perfect color, but when I do this, the color is a little bit dull, so that's not the right choice. I think I'll go ahead with this. That way at least these two will match perfectly. As I said, if you have a pile of seed beads, you can put it in a small container wherein you can go like this instead of, there is 6, 7 and 8. Now you can see it's way too glossy. Okay. This is the color we are going to use anyways. So you can also do this and load your beads like this, but it will take time and energy, and trust me, it's better to put it in this. Because seed beads has a smaller circumference, I've already loaded one, and this is about 5, 6, 7, 8. That's good enough. I'm going to put 8 seed beads and 1 roundel. And as you can see, I think this looks good. I'm not going to debate it anymore. Okay. 6, 8, 1 roundel, I'm gonna bring all of this together, and this is what I'm gonna do. I'm just going to make a chain this side and this side, and I'll see you guys back. Hi friends, welcome back. So I have here some strung all of the beads on my beading wire. It measures approximately, say, 12 plus 7 inches, so it's 19 inches. So plus we will have the clasp 20 inch, so this is how much I have. And then I'm going to use a lobster claw clasp and these 2 rings, which is a closed ring, so that's important for me. I always get obsessed with closed rings. I don't feel safe with the open rings. So, and then I need some crimp tubes or crimp beads. You can use either one of them. So I'm going to take my crimp bead, 2 of them, and I'm going to attach it to this memory wire. As you can see, I am just going to bend this a little bit so that's uniform on both sides. And I'm gonna take my wire, add my, so I still have this strung with the spool. I'll tell you guys why I do have, and it's a long strand as well, so it's easy to manage. So I'm putting a crimp tube and I'm going through this ring, and I'm coming back through the crimp tube just like so, and then I'm pulling all this together. Okay, just like that. You don't want it way too tight, otherwise this won't move, and if it doesn't move, it doesn't it looks odd. So I'm just going to go ahead and crimp it just like so. Now I'm going to push all my beads over here. Let's see if our seed beads goes through 2 strands of our beading wire. If not, we can trim that off right here. Yes, we have to trim this off after the roundel, so the seed beads can go all the way. So here is what we have. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to divide this into half. Okay, so there it is. If we say we'll add 1 roundel here, okay, so I'm just going to push all my beads this side, and I'm going to leave myself a little bit of a tail so that I have to attach my crimp tube to the pendant right here. So I'm taking 1 more crimp tube, attaching to the pendant that I made with the memory wire, and then I'm going back through the crimp bead, crimp tube or crimp bead, whichever you are using. Anything is fine, doesn't matter. And then also I am going to go through this roundel as well. There we go. And I'm going to take my pliers and pull the string tight. So this is going to be the center. You need to be careful and make your so, and pull this. As you pull this tight, okay, it's going all the way close to our bead, and then just hold this bead and pull it. Still you have a space, and there we go. So now just make sure this is not stiff. It is not. And then go ahead and crimp it just like so, with your needle nose or tweezer nose pliers, and then snip off the excess wire. So we have, see, I don't have to have a bead stopper or anything like that. So now one more thing that you need to pay attention to is to close this memory wire flush, because the beading wire is thin enough to come out of it. So you need to make sure this one is closed. Let's see. I'm using a bent nose plier and I'm holding the pendant, and then I'm just going to squish it a little bit more. There we go, it's almost closed there. Go ahead one more time. It might snip on you, but be patient. Do it slowly. Yeah, that looks about good. And here we have some tail which we didn't trim off, which I'm going to do. Then I'm gonna tuck the tail in, and then once again close this loop completely. It's on the opposite direction. The chances of our beading wire coming out is very less, but still we want to make sure that it's completely closed. So here we have our necklace, and I'm going to attach this end with a crimp bead as well, crimp tube. There is something called crimp covers to make this even more prettier, but I don't need this for this project as it is way too teeny tiny, and I can get away without using that. Going through this loop, and then I'm taking the wire and I'm coming back through the crimp bead and one of the roundel. Okay, then I'm gonna pull my wire, and then I'm gonna see if it is proper. Then I'm gonna go ahead and crimp it. You don't have to worry about the tightness right now, because anyways we are going to go ahead and do that in the other side. So now I'm just going to pull everything. Okay, pull everything to this side and see if the height matches the other one that I made. Actually it's a little bit more, so I will take a little bit off, and now it's pretty much the same. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna snip off the wire, leaving a little distance for me to add my crimp tube to the ring. Then I'm gonna come back through my bead, roundel. Then I'm gonna pull, hold the jump ring or the close ring and pull it tight, and then go ahead and crimp it. Make sure everything is perfect, because once we do that we cannot make any more adjustments. There we go. Then snip off this wire. Our necklace is one strand is done. Now we are going to concentrate on the second strand. Hi friends, welcome to IDIY. So this is the second part of the necklace. So here we created the first strand of the necklace, and then the second will be a V shape, not a U shape. So the second necklace, I have pulled in some cat's eye gemstone, and I'm going to use this roundel and the small crystal, faceted 4mm crystal as well, in the same color. So, and the seed beads, I am thinking of using a different color combo. So I'm thinking of using this one and this one and the one that we used in the inner strand. So I am just playing with colors here, Then we need some bead tips, and not going to use the bead stringing wire. I'm going to use a Supplimax. It's a monofilament illusion cord. It's 0.012 inches diameter. It's clear and transparent, and it's a bead alone company. So here we go. I'll just take this off, and there we go. So I'm going to double this thread, and you need a needle for this to string all your beads. And then you can also use bead stringing wire. There's absolutely nothing wrong in that. I'm just showing you guys two different ways to finish a necklace. And then I'm gonna just pull some and put this back, otherwise this is going to tangle a lot and give you so much trouble. So that is that. And then we need some bead tips. These are called bead tips. So they are also called clamshell. They look like this, and then there is a hole here in between, as you can see, and it is the side look of this, and we need two of those. And as I said, you can use a bead stringing wire as well and crimp it. This is just a different portion of finishing a necklace. And I shall thread in the needle and see. So this is called big eye needle, and it comes in a pack like this. You can search for big eye beading needle. This is a Beadlon company that I'm using, but you can use any beading needle, big eye beading needle that you have available with. The needle is special because you just pull this needle apart. Okay. There we go. So this is how the needle is, and then you can thread in your Supplimax. Because it's a monofilament, it won't go in a size 10 or 12 beading needle. And then that's how you can have it. Then you can thread on your beads. It's a long needle, so it's pretty fast. You can thread on the beads too. So first we will start with our 11 odd seed beads and check if it goes through this. Okay, that's a problem. We can't use these beads because it doesn't go through this part of the beading needle. It's a little bit thick, as you can see. That's going to be a problem. Let's check this one. Okay, and this goes in. Okay, let's check this one. This doesn't want to go. Okay, now that's clear. We can't do anything about it. I'm just going to do this, and as you can see, you can just do this and then load all your beads on the needle. So already there is 3, 2, 4, 6, 7, and one more should do it. Okay, and these both are 11 odd seed beads, but this one is a little bit bigger than that, so it is going through. And then I'm going to take say a cat's eye, so you can alternate between the beads. Four, 8, and then you can put this round crystal. I love this 4mm round faceted crystal for some reason. I have no idea. This size and shape fascinates me. I have stitched this strand for so long. I bought, I think, 3 or 4 strands of this a couple of years ago. but believe me, I rarely work with this. Sometimes you have some beads that you really like it a lot, that you don't want to work with it and finish it off, you know. Okay, see how easy it is to string beads. So there we go. I want to double the thread, so I will probably go through all of these one more time, just I'm saying. So now I'm putting the roundel. So that's the pattern I'm going to follow. Cat's eye, the elongated bead, and then the crystal, and then the roundel, and 8 seed beads in between. So I'm going to finish doing that, and so let me talk about the pendant bead. So for the pendant bead, I'm just putting this aside for now. The clamshells are over here. The pendant bead, I have these things. I'm just not going to use this. I'm just going to use the one that we used here. So this one and this one were blue. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab some 24 gauge wire, just about 10 inches or so of wire is plenty. And then I'm going to take my pliers and make a bend here, okay, here at one end, and make a head pin. Okay, just like a small U loop, and then crush the loop. That will stop the bead from falling down. So first I'm going to add the pink bead, and then my pearl, and my crystal, I don't like this pink one, so just going to take those. Then I'm gonna add this one right here. Okay, kind of like this. So I'm just going to take my round nose pliers, and then I'm just going to go ahead, just leaving a little bit of a distance, and then I'm going to make a wrapped loop. Okay, just like so. After 3 wraps, go ahead and squish all the coils together so it is nice and even. Okay, and then I'm going to bring this bead and come back down and rotate it once, and come back the other side, rotate it once, come back the pearl and rotate it once or twice, and then finish it off right there, just to give a different look to the pendant. That's all. You don't have to do it if you don't want to. There, I'm snipping it off, and then I'm going to tuck in the tail. Straighten my loop here. My pendant is ready. So I'm going to string halfway through these, and add the pendant that we made, and then I'm gonna string the other halfway, and I'm going to show you guys how to close this necklace. Hi friends, welcome back. So here I have some spilled out beads. The thing is, I finished stringing the second strand as well, and this supplements, as I figured, this is not the one that we can knot. This is the one we can actually use a crimp bead to actually finish it off. Okay, and you can use any crimp tubes or beads you want, but I am going to use a crimp bead in this instance because it's way too small and I don't want to risk my crimp being out. So I'm going to grab my crimp bead. I have some in the copper color. I'm fine with that. I use the silver here, but I don't have any crimp bead in a smaller size. This is size 1 crimp from Beadalon, so I am going to use this. My crimp tube would be bigger for the Supplimax, so you need to be careful with your crimp beads about that. It also depends upon the size. There are size 1, there is size 2, and even size 4. So here you can see the illusion cord is thick, but we still are going to use the bead caps. Normally, if you are using a silk thread or a knotting cord, you would put the cord inside the bead tip from behind. This is the behind I would call, and then knot it and then pull it tight and then put a glue and then close the clamshell or the bead tips. So here what I am going to do is I'm going to add it to the crimp bead, and I'm going to crimp. So let me see. I'm going to move all my beads up till here. Okay. So we made the pendant. I just added the pendant in the middle. That's all I did. So here we go. Okay. So I have here enough. I'm just going to cut it. Cut my Supplimax. Get it out of the way. Okay. So where it is? It's over here. And let me see if the length is proper, because we already made the inner loop, inner strand, so we need to make sure the outer strand is long enough. If I do this, it is long enough, I think. Yeah, that's kind of perfect. So here you go. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this strand, put my bead tip or clamshell first, the hole in between these two dome shape, that's wherein we are going to put it. Okay, and then take our bead crimp bead and put it inside. Okay, what I'm gonna do is, just for security purposes, I am also going to go ahead and actually no, I'm just going to crimp this bead inside. So you can use your crimping pliers or your what to say, your needle nose pliers for this. I'm going to try and crimp it with the crimping plier. There is 2 nodules. You put it in the bottom one, crush it into half, and then take it and crush it with the top one. Okay, this is some problem. Oh, there we go. crimp it nicely. There we go. And you can see it's not coming out, and then you can test it with your clamshell too. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to snip off the excess supplimax. I'm not going to go close. As you can see, there is a small tail right there, right? Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my needle nose or tweezer nose pliers, and I'm just going to close this clamshell shut, just like that. As you can see, now my clamshell is shut, and then you don't even see anything. It's seamless anyways. And now I will push all these beads on this side. Okay, I did it on one side. Now we'll do it on the other side. I'm gonna add my bead tip first from the back side, and then my crimp bead, and this is size 1 crimp. Then here you need to be careful. There you can do it on the top, and then but here I'm going to use I'm not going to use my crimping pliers. I'm going to use my tweezer nose pliers to kind of just tweak this a little bit, just press it and crimp it there. Okay, there you go. I'm just going to as close as possible. You can also use any other pliers you have. So let me try this needle nose pliers and kind of crimp this bead. For some reason, yeah, it's tight enough. There we go. Now all you need to do is, as I said, snip it off, not very close. And now you can close your clamshell shut. Make sure your bead is in between. And there we go. So both the sides are done. All we need to do is now add some jump rings to attach these clamshells to this ring. So I'm gonna open up a jump ring. As I said, it's better to use a bent nose pliers. It's much more comfortable because you have a bigger circumference on your jump ring to have a hold on. I'm gonna add it to the loop in the bead tip and to the ring, and then I'm gonna close it. When you close it, make sure you close it properly. There we go. Open up our next jump ring. Then take the bead tip, insert it, and then to the ring. So there we go. So we have attached both. This is our necklace so far. Okay, this is long, so I think it's not visible for you guys. Now it's visible. Okay, let me just, then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add the clasp. So I have my lobster claw clasp. If you don't want a lobster claw clasp, you can do a magnetic clasp too. That might be way too easier, but I want to add lobster claw clasps. So I'm gonna grab some jump rings. Yeah, 2 jump rings actually. Actually, one jump ring is good enough. Um, it can attach to the big ring. You don't need to waste another jump ring. So here we go. Open up your jump ring. You go back and forth like that. Okay, put it in the lobster claw clasp and the ring and close it. Here we go. This will come and clasp here easily. So this can come between like this or like this, depending upon how you want to wear. And it's very, very pretty purple 2-strand necklace that we made. I hope you guys like this video. If you do, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit the bell icon for notification. I do upload videos every day. It comes around 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you would like to support my channel, my Etsy shop link will be down in the description box. Go check it out and buy some of the products that I make. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good day. Bye.